Today for DPA, we're going to be active in the hallway. That means our lesson learning goal is participating safely. Now, what does it mean to be safe when we're active in the hallway? What I want you to do is turn to your partner and discuss some of the success criteria for being safe when we are active in the hallway. Have students conference, each speaking uninterrupted for about 1 minute to share their knowledge of success criteria for safe participation. Following partner discussions, consider having pairs share the responses with the class. Consider recording correct responses on paper for future reference. Throughout the lesson, continue to draw students' attention to the identified criteria for success. To get warmed up and to increase our heart rate, we're going to get started with basketball dream. Hand out an object, for example, a ball, beanbag, or rubber chicken, to 2 students. The first student to receive the object, Object A, will be the first leader. That student leads the class in a movement that simulates an action in a basketball game. After 10 seconds, the leader throws Object A to a classmate. As the first leader tosses Object A to a new classmate, the second classmate, who has been given an object, Object B, at the beginning of the activity, begins to lead the class in a simulated basketball action. After leading for 10 seconds, he or she throws Object B to a new classmate. The classmate who received Object A from the first leader then leads the class in a basketball action and then throws the object to a new classmate. The student who received Object B from the second leader then begins to lead the class for 10 seconds in a basketball action. Continue this sequence for 2 to 3 minutes. Actions could include a defensive shuffle, pretending to take down a rebound, dribbling and/or performing a dunk, a layup, a jump shot, a block shot, a chest pass, or a baseball pass. The purpose of having 2 objects is to provide student leaders with 10 seconds to prepare before leading the class in a basketball-like activity. Prior to the activity, inspect the activity area for safe traction and eliminate potential hazardous conditions. Remind students to be cautious when moving and to be aware of the personal space of others. Set boundaries for activities a safe distance from the wall. Inform students of the boundaries of the activity area. Working in our groups, we'll now move to the hallway for the Defending the Territory circuit. Post station cards around the activity area. Spread stations out to minimize interference from other activities. Divide the students into groups of 4 to 6 and assign each group a station to begin. Review safety considerations and station activities with students. Start music and have students perform the activities at each station for 45 seconds. Stop music to indicate when students should move to the next station and allow about 10 seconds to move. Encourage students to move actively and in different ways between stations, for example, skip, power walk, gallop, or 2-foot hop. Consider using the stop, point, and move strategy, where students will stop moving, point to the next station, and move in an active way directed by the teacher. Throughout the activity, remind students of the success criteria identified at the start of the lesson. Repeat the circuit as many times as necessary for the duration of the activity. Let's head back to the classroom and cool down with the wave. Students will gradually decrease their heart rate to a resting rate by participating in the following activity. Then students will stretch the body parts that have been active through the lesson. Have students run on the spot or around the activity area for 30 seconds and pretend they are dribbling a basketball. Then have them jog on the spot in a defensive position or shuffle around the activity area in a defensive position for 30 seconds. Finally, have the students march on the spot or around the activity area with their hands in the air, signifying a well-earned victory. Then have students form a circle around the perimeter of the activity area. Have a student lead a stretch and each student around the circle follows one by one, creating a wave pattern. When the stretch reaches the last student, the first student begins a new stretch. Students hold the previous stretch until the new stretch comes to them. Following the cool down, students conference with their partner and share examples of safe participation that they saw demonstrated throughout the class. Have students share the responses with the large group.